What's poppin'? Welcome back to Closet Talk with Jkitty. Before today's podcast, I want to kind of give more of an idea of what the weekly content would be like. So on Tuesdays, our episodes will be shorter, but I want them to be more interactive. So I'm basically going to introduce Talk About It Tuesdays, where every Tuesday we're going to chop it up about whatever, like literally whatever, whether it be Q&A, advice, story time, anything. We're just going to talk about it. So let's get into it. Our first Talk About It Tuesday is going to be Q&A. I went on my Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram and asked people to send me questions like that they have for the community, or if they're a part of the community, questions that they're asked, a lot. So boom. I did 20 because, again, I want Tuesdays to be my short podcast days and Saturdays to be the ones that's just like, okay, let's sit down and let's talk, y'all. So, boom. 1. When did you know you were gay? I'm struggling to figure out what I really want. So in my first video, I told a little bit of my coming out story. I don't remember if I brought up my little boo or whatnot, but I was in second grade. So I was like 7 years old when I figured out that I was attracted or had an attraction to women. But again, I'm 7. So it's like, I ain't never just looked too into it. But that's when I remember having like my first girl crush, that was my boo, y'all. That was my girlfriend. I don't know if I was hers, but she was for sure mine, period. I'm going to just say this now, y'all. These questions are off the wall. These questions off the wall, no cap. So, 2, tips for shooting lesbian porn. What do people want to see? All right, boom. If it's me, if I'm the watcher, let me tell you what I want to see. First of all, we need close-up action. I don't want to have to imagine what she, licking on. I want to see it. Put it right there in the camera type shit. You know what I'm saying? As far as penetration, if the person going to be strapping in the porn, don't make it look like it hurt. Don't make it look like the strokes are baby as fuck. And also, let me see. Make it look realistic. Make it look like y'all not just making this porn to make money. Make it like somebody is sitting in a room recording and you don't know and you having sex. That is the content that I want to see. Number 3, how can I get a stud girlfriend? Okay, so first and foremost, for anyone who doesn't know me personally, I don't label myself a stud, but society would. So that just gives you a little background on what I look like and, boom. Also, a stud is a mass-presenting lesbian that's black. Let me put that part. That's black. Studs can only be black. The word stud was given to black lesbians because we weren't allowed to use butch. So, stud is for black lesbians. But anyways, how can I get a stud girlfriend? Honestly, it really depends on who you're trying to talk to. Which one you're trying to talk to. Everybody look for different stuff in different people. So I wouldn't that's not really a question that I can answer. That's not really a question that I can answer because, like I said, people look for different stuff in different people. 4, how do you turn out a straight female? Bruh, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Back in the day, in high school, I'm talking about, that was my thing. I don't know what it was about straight when, I guess, honestly, in high school, I was just really cocky. I'm not gonna lie. I was cocky. So I felt like I could have whoever I want. So I naturally went for straight girls. I didn't go for them, but it's I want to see if I can turn you out. But I found that most of them girls today are bisexual. So if you gay, you gay. It's in you. You can't really turn someone gay. If they gay, they gay. You can't, in my opinion, let me say that. In my opinion, you can't turn someone out. When people be like, oh, dude's hurting me, I'm finna go gay. Sweetheart, I just want you to know that a female will break your heart and not care. We know how females are. So it's we know how to get to you. We just know how to get through to you in any way. Now, that don't mean if you like somebody who's straight, don't go for it. Go for it. You never know what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, they might be thinking they straight, but have the same feelings as the person who asked the first question when they struggling to figure out what they really want. So, go for it. Shoot your shot. Shooters gonna shoot. You only gonna make it if you shoot. You ain't gonna make it if you don't shoot. Shoot or shoot. Go for it. Question 5. What makes orgasms with women better than with men? Okay, and this was asked from a woman. So, first of all, I ain't never had sex with a man. Like, so I would be what you call a gold star. In my opinion, or for what I've been told from women that I date, it's better because women, we know each other's anatomy. We know each other's bodies, so we know what feels good and what don't feel like nothing and like that. You know what I'm saying? Whereas men, when they have sex is for pleasure, right? Right. So they just doing whatever they think feels good to you, but trying to get they nut off. Or majority anyways. I'm not going to say all men, but most men that have sex with women, or from what I've been told, once they get they nut, they good. Whereas women, we aim to please. Like, I'm trying to see, I want to make you do some shit you ain't never did before. You know what I'm saying? I want to make you wake up and cook me breakfast. I want to make you be outside my window at like 2 a.m. in the morning type shit. Like, and I think with women, sex is more passionate than it is with men. But that's just my opinion. Like, again, I ain't never had sex with a man, so that's another question I can't personally answer. But just from experience and conversations with women that I've dated that are bisexual, when it comes to sex, they rather have sex with a woman than a man. Because, I mean, it's like, first of all, sex with women is just like, yay! Question 6. Does insecurity play a part in why most lesbians don't date bisexual women? To me, I would say yes. Like, and I'm only saying that because, like, shit, back in high school and stuff, though I said I wanted to fuck with straight women, that was only because I want to see if I can do it. I didn't want to date bisexual women at all. Like, at all. And it's only because the women that I were with that were bisexual either compare me to men, and that don't feel good. Like, I don't want to be a man like I'm not a man. Said things like, when I was with guys, ... or cheated with men, like, well, no, I ain't never got cheated on, but like was talking to dudes while we was talking, and like the messages was on some like, niggas don't care about lesbian relationships. That's the bottom line to me. Well, that's what it was. Like, now I date bisexual women. Like, my girlfriend's bisexual, love the fuck out of her, wouldn't trade her for a lesbian or none of that shit. Like, regardless, even though my preference, I prefer to date lesbian women, I'm happily in love with a bisexual woman and wouldn't trade her for the world. Question 7. What do lesbians have against bi girls? This one kind of tie into the last one. Most of it is based off experience. Like, we dated a bisexual girl or talked to a bisexual girl and it just didn't go right. And it wasn't that we didn't work out. It was more of, she wanted to be with men. She brought up men too much. Like, she cheated with a nigga. Something that got to do with a man. Like, and it's like, I guess that goes back to what I talked about in my last podcast and knowing who you're dating. Like, if you dating a bisexual woman who is for polygamy, then you probably are going to get cheated on. If you're dating a bisexual woman who's monogamous, like she's just monogamous, like she don't want no whole bunch of other significant others, then that's somebody you can take a chance with. So it really just depends on the person. But most times, if a lesbian don't want to fuck with a bisexual girl, it's because something in her past. Like, it's not just because, like, we just don't date bisexuals and we feel like they're less than a lesbian or any of that. Like, it's just the fact that it's probably something in her past that made her view bisexual people in another way. And granted, that's trash as fuck to group a whole bunch of people together. It happens. And that's what preference is. Like, a person's preference, 9 times out of 10, is based upon experience. And if they had bad experience, they're, of course, not going to prefer that thing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think, to all my bisexual women out there, if you do get offended when lesbians be like that, I feel like you should first, like, try to get to know why. If it's just because, like, oh, I just don't date bisexual women, they don't have no reason, or they just heard that bisexual women cheat, they fucking trash and you dodged the bullet anyways. Question 8. How do you get girls? I honestly don't know how to answer this question because I don't shoot my shot. I know I said shoot or shoot, y'all, but I don't shoot my shot. I just don't. I just feel like I just don't do it. I don't shoot my shot. I don't do it. Only way, and this is like never even happened because I just don't shoot my shot, that I would shoot my shot is if I know she already into me. Like, if I know she into me, it's like, oh shit, might as well. It's like, I'm just waiting on you to ask me anyway, so might as well. But no, I don't shoot my shot. So, how do you get girls? Be yourself. And you're going to attract people who are attracted to the real you. So just be yourself. And a girl gonna come. Okay, so this is where the questions get a little bit more serious. The first ones was just like, just random questions people were throwing out. And these are the more serious, like, controversial questions. Okay, question 9. Why are gay men so addicted to online dating? I'm not a gay man, but I do have a gay guy friend, and he was into online dating, and he just felt like it was safer. He always said, like, one time he had tried to meet up with a guy, and the guy wasn't even gay. Like, and it was pretty much a try to, like, assault him type shit. So it's just not safe for gay men. They feel like online dating is safer, some men aren't out. It's way more down low men than there are men out the closet. So they just feel like it's easier to... I seen this one episode of Catfish when this dude, he was on a down low, but he dated men, like he had sex with men, all this type of shit. So he had one dating site on his phone, and that's where he did all his dating at. He never dated, like, within his city or none of that, because in his city he was straight, but everywhere else, like, if he goes somewhere else, he gay. And he was himself. It's just like, some people don't feel comfortable. Some people aren't out the closet. It's safer. Yeah. Question 10. Why do people think it's easier to be a gay woman than a gay man? Again, this one kind of ties into a few things I've already talked about. One, most lesbian relationships, if we're being completely honest, aren't viewed as lesbian relationships by other people, like by straight men at that. They probably see it as, oh, 2 gay girls, that's 2 girlfriends for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're fetishized. It's not, I wouldn't say it's easier to be a gay woman, because we still be having, like, people still talk they shit. We still discriminated against, you know what I'm saying? I just think it's viewed differently in society. Like, society see men, y'all supposed to be hardcore, you know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, whatever. Men ain't supposed to bend over for other men type shit, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's all ignorance. Like, it's just ignorant as fuck, the way that people feel like men aren't supposed to be gay, but women can be gay. And it's only because we're fetishized. Because let it be 2 studs. If it's 2 studs in a relationship, ain't no man gonna want that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some men are attracted to studs. I get that. I get that completely. But it wouldn't be fetishized as much, because that's like looking at 2 guys the same way they look at a guy and a guy relationship. So, again, I don't think it's easier at all. I just feel like it's viewed differently. So that's why it seemed harder for men. 11. How do you find confidence in your queerness? Honestly, I feel like this is why I feel like you shouldn't come out the closet until you're 100% accepting of yourself. You will never, ever, ever, ever be able to find confidence within yourself if you don't accept who you are. Like, you have to be 100% like, this is who I am, this is who I'm going to be. And then the confidence comes just as if any other person, like, being confident. Like, you just happy in being yourself. Like, you will never, ever be happy and confident in your queerness if you're not happy with who you are. Like, and that's just that. That's period. Question 12. How do you let go of a toxic relationship? All right, this all around. This for gay people, straight people, animals, goddamn, anybody. To let go of a toxic relationship, you have to love yourself, period. That's it. If a person is being toxic, they doing something that you don't deserve. Like, one of their actions you do not deserve. And they're not changing it. Do you love yourself? And that's easy to say, like, love yourself and you'll get over it. Nah. But to truly be in tune with yourself and be okay with being by yourself, that's the only way you can get over a toxic relationship, because it's toxic. And for some reason, humans love toxic shit. Like, it's like toxic shit and human, it's like this magnetic pull. It's like we can't get enough of toxic. Like, nah, that ain't it. It's not it. It's not it. Love yourself. Question 13. Why do people always try to invalidate trans people? From the stuff that I be seeing on social media, it's like people feel like if the person hasn't went through the transition, they're not a trans person. And that's fucking ignorant as hell. Because me, and this is just my opinion, but if I have a kid and my kid feels like they're trans, I'm gonna let them, just like Gabrielle Union and fucking Dwayne Wade, I'm gonna let them have the identity that they feel like that's who they are. If that's who you are, baby, you be that person. But I will not let them have the sex change until they're 18 years old. That still does not invalidate my child, though. If my child said they're transgender, and that's just period. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like I wouldn't let them have that change until they're 18, because they could go through something to where it's like, okay, no, I don't want to do this anymore. But at the end of the day, like I said, my kids said that they're transgender, and ain't nobody finna invalidate that, because it's a natural born girl walking around still with a vagina. Nah, she said her name Tommy, her fucking name is Tommy. His at that, change his pronouns and all that type shit. Like, I don't like it at all, honestly, the invalidation of trans people. And then the fact that men who feel like they can't be attracted to trans women because they not really women. Like, how are they not women? Like, what do you mean? Just say that they're not your cup of tea and keep it going. But to be like, they're not women, that's fucked up. They can be like, you not a man for that raggedy ass statement that you made. But at the end of the day, what are you to you? You still a man, right? Question 14. When is the right time to come out? I already answered this one just by answering another one. And I mean this with everything in my spirit, everything in my soul, every goddamn organ in my body. Do not come out until you 100% like, this is who I am. This is what I want to be. And you ready to like accept yourself fully. Because it's people around you who not about to accept you. And that's just me being honest. Like, you are going to lose friends. You are going to lose family. It happens. It's fine. You know, whatever. But know that when you come out, that you don't care about that type of shit. Like, you 100% in tune with who you are, and that's who you are. That's when I would say is the perfect time to come out. Question 15. When you came out, did you lose any friends or family? Like I said in that last one, dead ass. Like, I ain't gonna say I lost friends, because I had changed schools like right before I came out. So fuck them people at that old school. I'm finna start a whole new life type shit. So no, I wouldn't say I lost friends, but family for sure. For sure. Like, I was getting judged by outside family, and that just wasn't sitting right with my immediate family. So then it was just like, fuck them anyways. That's why I only deal with my immediate family now type shit. So yeah, you're gonna lose people. Did it hurt? At the time it did, because I was young. Now it's just like, I didn't want them in my life. If you were gonna look down upon me because of the people that I'm attracted to, because I'm attracted to the same sex, that's not somebody I want in my life anyways. Question 16. How do you deal with the hateful comments? Again, it ties into the confidence and coming out when you're ready. When I came out, I was ready. I was so set, and this is who I am. Like, this is who I'm going to be. At this point, if you don't like it, that's just between you and God. Like, it's dead ass between you and God. You need to go talk about it, because first of all, my life should not have anything to do with your emotions. But since it do, go talk to God. But no, for real, on a serious note, I real life don't pay no mind to it because I'm so content and so in tune with who I am. It doesn't matter. Like, how you feel about my life does not matter. Like, I don't give a fuck. You are not funding me. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, like, with or without your help. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't care about outsiders. And you just gotta get to the point where you don't care. Like, you just can't care because it's not gonna stop. People gonna forever be ignorant. People gonna forever throw the Bible in your face when the word homosexuality was never even in the motherfucker. It's just like, you gotta be in tune with yourself, dog, for real. Question 17. Sometimes I wish I wasn't gay. Do you wish the same thing sometimes? No. 100% no. Because it's like, to wish I wasn't gay would be to wish I wasn't me. Like, that's who I am. That's who I am. You have to accept who you are. I cannot stress that enough. Like, I real life cannot stress that enough. You will never be happy until you are okay with who you are. Question 18. How do girls have sex? I knew I would get this question when I posted that I was doing a Q&A. Because I don't know what it is about lesbians that people find the sex so intriguing. Like, how do y'all do it? How do y'all I know y'all watch porn. Like, there's no way that y'all can't tell me y'all don't watch porn. And if you don't, go watch it. Go type in lesbian porn, and it is going to be trash. I'm not gonna lie to you, because they just be putting anything on fucking Pornhub and X and XX and X videos and all that. They just be putting any fucking thing up. But go watch it. Like, we literally have sex the same way heterosexual people have sex. We have strap-ons, we have vibrators, we got fingers, we got tongues, we got, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really the same way. We just gotta buy our parts. Like, men come with the part, we gotta buy them. That's the only difference. Question 19. Would you date someone who's transgender? Okay, if she was a transgender woman, she would actually have to have a vagina. That's as far as I'm gonna go. Like, I would definitely, like, why not? That's just like when I said I don't understand why men say that they can't date trans women. Like, why not? But if she does still have her penis, no. And I understand, some people still have theirs, not by choice, like it's just by financial reason or other stuff like that. That's just honestly a preference. Like, I have nothing against transgender people. I love everybody, and I would date transgender women. She would just have to have the full sex change, because I'm not attracted to men or men parts, like, at all. Like, and that's just, it sucks, but that's what it is. And the last one I have is, how do you feel about stud for stud, butch for butch relationships? I feel like that's any other lesbian relationship. It's two women who love each other. Like, it's just they fucking clothes. Like, I hate labels so much. Like, people label me a stud. I would date another stud. So there's that. All right, so that's all the questions I have today. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this, because I enjoyed answering them. Thank y'all for tuning in and showing love.